Not this mic.
So close. Did you like clapping along with that?
Which I think balances really well with.
He was clapping along with you guys in rhythm.
Found the recall
Wait, Schneider? No. Let's no. Schneider, no. Hey, Catherine. Did I tell you? Can you hit your piano a second? Yeah, well, well, Daddy's gonna have to. Yes, sir. Do I need to sit with you. Yeah, Schneer. Miss Maya's here. You see his bag and bottle are in back. Okay. You look confused, Alexis.
Just in case it's not the last thing. It's always that in a few minutes right before service.
Hello, Alan. Hello? Hello, Alan. Really? Stop that, you.
There you go.
Lots quiet.
Where am I sitting? There's four of us.
There's one seat. Just for
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Well, I guess I know who's not going out of town for a long weekend. And we start by welcoming our Shabbat with Hine Matov. Hine Matov u'manai, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manai, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. As we get ourselves into the spirit, I invite forward the Sweezy family to lead us in the lighting of the candles. It's the first test to see how prepared they all are. Would you like to join them too? invite you to rise. You may be seated. We start our Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat on page 12. As we come, let us sing joyously, something that seems appropriate for Shabbat and even more so for this weekend, as someone has a special day. Just maybe. Lehuna Ranina, page 12. Nothing makes an evening more complete than the welcoming of a bride, and we welcome our Sabbath bride with Lechado D, pages 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Bnei Bnei Shabbat lekabela, lehad lodi lekrat kala. Bnei Bnei Shabbat lekabela, lehad lodi lekrat kala. Bnei Bnei Shabbat lekabela, lehad lodi lekrat kala. Bnei Bnei Shabbat lekabela. זכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם לתפארת ולתפילה להדודי, לקראת לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת לקבלה, להדודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת לקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונרחה, יהי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם משוכה, סוף מחשי במחשבת תחילה לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת לקבלה. להדודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת לקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, יבהורך ומאורי, אורי אורי שידברי, Penei Shabbat Nekabela Hadodi Likrakala Nekabela.
We rise and face the door.
Shalom Atzerefala Am Misimcha Uvetzola Ofemule Am Segula Ovi Halawi
You may be seated if you like as we turn to page 26 for the Chatzi Kaddish, the demarcation between our Kabbalat Shabbat and Ma'ariv.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach rutzei b'amlich malhutzei B'chayechon u'b'yomechon U'b'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael B'gala b'gala U'b'zman kariv B'imeru amen Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach Le'alam ulol me'al maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipoah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha berichu Le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran mi'alma Bimeru Amen.
We turn to page 28 and rise for the Baruch Hu. You may be seated. Turning ahead to page 31, we read in the English at the bottom half of the page. Actually, we'll do it at the top of the page. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. On page 32, our love song in preparation for the Shema. Avad Olam Beit Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Yochveinu v'kumeinu, nasliach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Hayenu, Yorech Yameinu, Yorech Yameinu. Ulahem Neged Yomam Halayla. V'yavtach tasim mimenu leolamim, Baruch Ata Adonai. Ohev Amo Yisrael. We invite Harper to lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elecha b'chol lavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom L'Varecha V'shinatam L'Varecha V'yibarta Bam B'shivtecha B'veitecha U'vleftecha V'aderech U'vshokbecha U'vkunecha U'kshartam Le'ot Al Yedecha V'hayu Teftefot B'neinecha Uchtatam Amzot Leitecha Uvisharecha Leman Tiskeru Vasitem Ekom Mitzvotai Vietem Kedoshim Lelechem Ani Adonai Elechem Asher Hotzetechem Meretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elchim Ani Adonai Elechem.
Harper, as she gets herself, nope, you're done for now. As she gets herself ready, we continue on page 40 with our song of joy, awe, and exultation, Mi Hamocha.
Haba, haba, ele madon. page 44. We enter into the primary section of prayer where we initially join together as a community and then have the opportunity to use the words on the page as a guidepost or take the opportunity to recite whatever it is that is in our heart. We start together, page 46. Please rise. have our opportunity for the teaching section or the study section of our service as we read from Torah, and someone gets to rehearse for tomorrow. Hint, it's not me. And so I invite you to rise as the ark is opened by Roberta. You may be seated. I invite forward Harper. And call forward for the Aliyah this evening, Robert. Was that who it was? Richard. It's an R name. He was voluntold and graciously accepted.
Rabbis call me Yerachmeel.
Ya'amod.
Yerachmeel ben Benjamin.
Yerachmiel ben Benyamin.
Oh, yeah.
Yerachmiel Benjamin ben
Ben Tzvi.
Tzvi.
I forget my mom's Hebrew name. Shoot. Carol.
The loved Ima Carol Aliyah HaTorah.
Didn't have time to do my research.
Well, you know, I got the name wrong too, so. Sorry, I think I need to also double check where we're. Hold, please. Okay, I am in the right spot. Okay.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe behar Sinai lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amarta alehem ki tava'u el haaretz asher ani noten lachem v'shavta haaretz Shabbat l'Adonai. Sheish shanim tizra sadecha v'sheish shanim tizmor karmecha v'safta et tvata uvashana השביעית, שבת, שבתון, יהיה לארץ, שבת, לאדוני, שדך, לא תזרע, וכרמך, לא תזמור.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam natan b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'torah.
Amen.
God spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land that I give you, the land shall observe a Sabbath rest for God. For 6 years you may sow your field, and for 6 years you may prune your vineyard, and you may gather in its crop. But the 7th year shall be a complete rest for the land, a Sabbath for God. Your field you shall not sow, and your vineyard you shall not prune." Harper did excellent, but you know something? She's going to do 4 times as well tomorrow morning. So you actually may be seated. Wow. If I lose this. Let's say, so is there anything really special that's been going on in your life lately?
Just the regular mitzvot. The regular simchas. I'm always grateful for my family and my friends, and my health and my community.
Well, may those, all of those continue to be present and overflowing in your life, and may the simchot become like mitzvot, spilling out into just continued goodness and blessing. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
We take the opportunity for a community prayer of healing, a Misha Beirach. I feel like this is like really loud at times. This week we include in our prayers Earl Benton, Shelley Blum, Nadia Boutros, Golda Brunhild, Jean Clark, Phil Kogan, Nancy Danger, Jacob Ellis, Kristan Garasek, Marty Heimlich, Will Jones, Susan Kibble, Cindy Colson, Pinchas L., Steve Lesser, John Levant, Jeffrey Marcus, Joan Nadeth, Shara Newman, Terry O'Brien, Avi Perry, Ronald Ross, Maria Weinberg Shar, Hannah Schraga, Ginger Schulman, Dean Stapleton, Judith Harriet Wallace, Christine Wofford, David Zutz, Binyamin Ze'ev ben Ruchel Rivasima, Esther Malka Hana Batbatya Root, Sarah bat Elisheva, and Shoshana Artza bat Sarah. If there are other names that you would like to include, I invite you to say them out loud or hold them in your heart. And we join together. May they each sense our love, our care, our compassion, and our prayer. May it elevate each of them, bringing them one step closer to a full and complete healing of body, of spirit, and of soul. And we say, Amen. I invite you to rise for the lifting and wrapping of the Torah. You may be seated. So for anyone who has paid attention to the financial news lately and over the past months and maybe even year or so, I think you know that there's a continued question and uncertainty over interest rates. And the reason that we care so much about interest rates is that because there is inflation, and as interest rates go up, there is going to be a greater hesitancy to lend out money. I personally work at a financial institution. And although I am in IT and not in lending, I myself have an awareness of how there is that tension between giving out a lot of loans because it's good for our members and good for the credit union, but we don't want to give out too many loans, because if we start to give out more and more, usually to people who have, or members who have, poorer credit, we run the risk of not getting the money back. And so that is a tension within the financial world. How can you give out money so that it's good, and especially to those who are in need? And how can you try to be sure at the same time that you'll be safe? Okay, so you could say that's Econ 101, probably Econ 99. I don't even think it deserves a 101 title. But why do I bring this up this evening? Because in this parasha, and I sure hope from what I remember that Harper's not talking about this tomorrow, hopefully I'm not spoiling things, that one of the things that we read about is that every 7th year, debts are supposed to be forgiven. And I should also add that in the time of antiquity, there was no interest charged on loans. So what there was a sense that you were in need of money, I give you money, and you're going to pay it back. But what happens as we get close to that 7th year? Because I know that it's going to take you 2 years, 3 years to pay me back, and that 7th year is only a year away, let's say. You are in need of money, and I know that, but I, as the one who was going to lend, I don't know if I want to do it. There is a tension. This becomes very interesting to me because the thesis that I have not yet written for school talks about how God learns and how from God learning, the rabbis themselves learned. And even modern-day arbiters of halakha are able to learn. An example that I might give is that when Aaron's sons died, it seems that Aaron was instructed not to mourn. But in last week's parasha, at the beginning, the priests, the Kohanim, especially the Kohen Gadol, who are held up to a very high standard, are told that if it's your immediate family, you're allowed to mourn and you're allowed to participate in their burial. That potentially God learned from that experience with Aaron and realized the pain that he put Aaron through. I bring this up because when it comes to Torah, the Torah has explicit laws. And we're told you may expand the law, you may put a fence around it, but you can't just get rid of law. And yet, when it comes to this forgiveness of debt, Rabbi Hillel looked at that tension, and he looked at that sense of problem that would occur in the latter years as you got close to 7. And what did he decide? He decided that they should create something called the Prose Bowl that would keep debts from being forgiven. And what he felt was that by fussing with the law, that the people who needed money in that 6th and 7th year would be given a loan because they would still be required to pay it back even after it got to 7 years. And there's other discussion on how Hillel maybe could have come up with that, which isn't really important. But what seems to be important is that there are times where you have to look at the law, where you need to be aware of the law, but you also need to have the ability to learn from the law and realize maybe when it needs to be changed. And for each of us, I think we maybe even have our own sense of that ability. There is a story told of 2 rabbis who were walking home on Friday afternoon, having left the Beit Hamikdash, their house of study, and a woman comes up to them, and she has a chicken with her, a live chicken, and she says to them, "Rabbis, I need to know, is this chicken kosher?" And so the first rabbi takes a look, and at his first glance, he's pretty darn certain that this animal will not be kosher because it is in very bad condition. It is alive, but it definitely is with blemish. It seems to be harmed. If you're someone who really pays attention even to the lungs, he's certain that it would fail. But still, he looks at it and he sort of turns it over, turns it around to show that he's giving it more than just a cursory glance. And he says, "I do not believe that this is kosher." And so the woman looks at the second rabbi. She doesn't even say anything. And the second rabbi takes the chicken, and he also looks at it, to turn it so that he can look at it from all angles, check the feathers, do whatever it is that you do when you are evaluating poultry. That is not a class that I have taken. And as he hands the chicken back to the woman, he says, "I am certain that this is kosher." And the woman leaves, nearly certain, with a smile on her face as she turns around to go back to her own house. And the first rabbi turns to his friend, the second rabbi, and says, "How is it that you could be certain that this animal is kosher? I'm sure that you saw the same animal that I saw." And he said, "I saw the same animal that you saw, but more importantly, I saw the woman. And I know that in her coming to us, if this animal was not kosher, she would not have a meal for Shabbat." So for each of us, may we remember that there are rules, there are laws, there are things that we need to be aware of. But sometimes, maybe more importantly than those things, we need to be aware of who the person is that is in front of us and what it is that they might need in that moment, and respond accordingly. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 282, and as the band returns, I invite you to rise for Aleinu, and I invite Roberta to open the ark. משפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו You may be seated momentarily. And I may lose my tallis again momentarily. As we move from the Sea of Reeds towards Har Sinai, towards Mount Sinai, we are in the process of counting the Omer. So we join together, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Kidishanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Sefirat HaOmer. Hayom Shnayim Ushloshim Yom Shehem Arba'a Shavuot V'arba'a Yamim LaOmer. Today is 32 days, 4 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. Pretty sure I've got that. And tomorrow night and Sunday, Lag BaOmer. So good times are coming. And don't forget, spoiler alert from the announcements, June 11th, Shavuot is coming. And amidst that dairy, there should be cheesecake. This time we have the opportunity to remember and honor those whom have passed before. This week we recognize the Shloshim of Bruce Richardson, stepfather of Dr. Sean Sagan and grandfather of Liana and Esty Sagan, Shamsi Raseknia, mother of Joe Raseknia and Janet Schumer, and grandmother of Aaron Raseknia, and Susan Parker, sister of Marcia McReynolds. Just read the list of yard sites. If you are here, I invite you to rise as the name of your loved one or loved ones are read. Roosevelt Ted Bach, uncle of Ted Bach. Donald H. Benson, father of Tom Benson. Rose Breyer, Mardell Cohen, cousin of Rachel Perry. John Dawson, Joy Dime, Lodi Dolby, mother of Janet Klein, Itzik Pfeffer, grandfather of Avi Perry, Isidore Fendel, grandfather of Robin Einstein, Cynthia Frumhoff, mother of Janet Frumhoff, Honey Rose Gilbert, mother of Steve Gilbert, Jenny Goldberg, Lucida Greenberg, grandmother of Andrea Gons, mother of Bruce Greenberg, mother of Eileen Horowitz, mother of Susan Slonim, and mother-in-law of Adrian Greenberg, Irving Gross, Eve Gumpel, friend of Diane Salzman and friend of Holly Gordon, Samuel J. Harris, husband of Roberta Harris, Georgia Uganim Hackett, mother of April Akiva, David Kotrieb, remembered by Leslie Wheatley, Ginny Kempler, mother of Andrew Kempler, Rabbi Joseph Kerman, remembered by Larry Kuhns and Mari Short, Robert Mann, Audrey Mishow, mother of M. Edward Mishow, Father Christian R. Mondor, friend of Rabbi Stephen Einstein, Nathan Revis, Frida Shlomowitz, Shirley Siegel, Isabella Salyuk, Claire Warshawski, mother of Gita Fisher, Arthur G. Williams, father of Adam Williams, and Vic Young, father of Rabbi David Young. Are there any other yortzites to acknowledge? I invite the community. Thank you. I invite the community to rise in support of those who are observing yortzeit and in recognition of those who do not have someone to say yortzeit for them. Page 294. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei dekudesha barichu ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Zichrona livracha, may their memory be a continued blessing to all who knew and loved them. And I should have added for those whom we remember and honor this week are all those who fell in service of the United States Armed Forces, whom we call to mind on Monday for Memorial Day. You may be seated. I invite forward Roberta on behalf of the board for announcements.
Hi. Hi. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Roberta Harris, and I'm representing the CBT board tonight. A couple of announcements. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. It's very nice to have you all here tonight. And also those streaming up there, thank you very much for streaming with us. But a special thank you to all of you that are here tonight. I wanted to thank the ushers. And tonight we have, well, it says the wrong ones, but that's okay. Wait a minute, do I have the... Okay, Genevieve, thank you, Howell, and Howard, he's outside, my pickleball friend, that's fine. The ONIG tonight is going to be sponsored by the, please, if I mess this up, Sweezy? Oh, I did it. Okay, good. In family of Harper's bat mitzvah tomorrow. And also Andrew Klempner and Brian Vu in memory of Jenny Kempler. And that's in my notes. I hope I didn't mess that up too much. Okay, then there's some really good thank yous. Catherine, how could we do anything without you here? It's really special to hear you on the piano. Huh? Well, you have to wait, don't you? That would be nice, because one at a time is really good for me, okay? We have a special choir tonight that I would like to say thank you to. It made our service really fun. And stop shaking your head, he's just a kid. And a special thank you to the band. Every year, I like to hear you in honor of my husband. He loved your band, and so thank you so much for myself and for him as well. So thank you. All right, now I am going to pass this along. It's your turn. I was going to say I had this whole thing planned out for the shootout, but then I heard he's going to do it. So go for it.
Sorry. Good evening, Shabbat Shalom. Well, I hope you guys have got your tickets, because now they're a little bit more expensive at this point. But hey, there's still tickets available. If you look behind yourselves at Al, you will see one of our beautiful decals that are going on the floors that Al has been wonderfully taking care of, personalizing for everybody and printing. So thank you, Al and SNF Printing. But the gala is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you have your tickets. If you can't get tickets and you just can, you want to support by a raffle ticket or by a decal or something like that, that's fine. The idea is just to be involved. The idea is to be a part of it in one way or another. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a magician. We're going to have a murder mystery, a stunt show. It's going to be a night you're not going to want to forget. You're not going to want to miss. So be here or be square. It's June 8th. If you still need to get tickets, the website is cbtfv.org/gala. And if you do a sponsorship, there's no penalty. So you can still do a sponsorship and get tickets the same price as anybody else. But if you buy tickets by themselves, they are now $118 versus the $99 they were up through last Sunday. So I hope that I will see you all there. Next week, I might be sporting a cowboy hat to help, again, the idea of the fact that we're having something come through. Doors open at 6. We're 6 to 10. So please come be here, and we look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations again for Harper, and good night.
I want to add that next Friday night, you'll all want to be here because it'll be a chance to fawn in awe over Esti Sagan as she is brought forward to receive her Hebrew name. So that should be a joy. And because it's been a while, I think, I like the Mazel Tov Minute, the chance to share in things that have brought you joy so we may join in your joy. Who's got something that has made them joyous? Ezra. Mazel Tov. Nice. Elameh, then Al. That school is almost over. And the teacher seconds that. Al. Mazel Tov. Got to say, what brought me huge levels of joy this evening was Schneier was having a blast on the drums. And if there's, who knows, there could be a drum kit in his future. Oh.
You go first. Ladies first, always.
Oh, you're so kind. My granddaughter graduated from the Mayo Clinic this past May 10th, and she's a nurse now, and I'm a nurse. So I passed her my pin, my nursing pin, onto her,
Alan.
I'm super excited. In the last 2.5 weeks, I turned a company that I turned to be my only income for the household. I renamed it from PMTMS to Vibrant Feather Media. I incorporated it as an LLC, and I just received 2 days ago our brand new, beautiful logo. So I'm very excited for the future to come.
Mazel tov.
Love you too, bud.
Well, if anyone has something else, I look forward to hearing about it during the oneg. But we want to conclude with Adon Olam on page 321, followed by Kiddush and Motzi. Olam Hashem Allah, Adon Olam Hashem Allah, Adon Olam Hashem Allah. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra, Ve'et nasa v'hes hakol, Azam melech shemo nivra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Yachareki lo zakol, Levado yimloch nora, Hu haya ve'hu hoveh, Vehu yiyeh v'tifara. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Vehu echad v'yein sheni, V'hamshi lo lehachlira, Ve'li reshit ve'li tachlit, Ve'lo ha'oz ve'hamizra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Ve'li v'chayoli, Ve'tzuhem li v'yein tzara, Ve'hu nisi u'manos li, Ve'natosi v'yom nekra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Yado api ruchi, Ve'eki sham v'yahira, Im ruchi v'yati, Adonai li v'lo ira. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Invite back up the Sweezy family, along with any others who are under the age of 14, to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. I invite you to rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu, v'shabbat kosher v'yahav ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit. Yehu yom tefilah lemikrayei kodesh, zeher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'amarta, yotanu kirashka, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, Inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Hashabbat. Amen.
Te'avon Shabbat Shalom.
So, another thing that I actually I was happy about is that if my dad actually keeps